How much do you think that Ms. Gray is responsible for on this personal loan?
I would say she was responsible for half. I don't know where she got it from that she didn't know it was $8,500.
How much was the first and last month's rent?
About $35.70, something about that.
What did you do with the other $5?
We used it for, we had to move. We used it for...
Was she aware of the amount for the loan?
She stated here that she wasn't aware of the amount, but I explained to her, I said, I'm taking a loan out. I was clear and emphatic. I said, I'm taking a loan out so we can move. I want to move it. We can move into a bigger place with us and the
But
girls.
she should be also aware of how much she's obligating herself. So did you tell her how much the loan was for?
Yes, absolutely, I did.
You told her it was going to be for $8,500.
I mean, I also showed it to her.
And you're saying that was not the case?
Your Honor, the only thing I was made aware is that he was taking a loan out for the first and last month and for security. I had no other idea that
how much were you
5,000.
obligating yourself to?
If he's saying it's $3,500, then I'm saying I was obligated to
Well,
half of
no,
that.
not what he's saying today. What were you obligating yourself
I was
when you
under
made
the
the
impression
promise?
that he got the $5,000 loan, and
So
I was
you
going
were
to obligate to
obligating
half
yourself
of that.
to $2,500.
Yes,
is what
ma'am.
you're saying. Okay.
Mr. Boykin, you realize that whatever money you get here, if you get any money, is coming from the defendant's opportunity to take care of her children.
Yes, sir.
That's what's at stake here. Okay, I have nothing further.
No, I just have one other thing. In addition to the issues with custody, you have a 5-year restraining order against Mr. Boykin. Is it as a result of this incident as well?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Were you required to obtain a restraining order in order to get custody of your children back?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Boykin, you understand that there's a restraining order which would have kicked you out of the apartment because you're not allowed by law to be within 100 yards of her home.
Okay.
So if she had not moved out voluntarily, you would have been on the hook for this lease, or half of it, and you would have had to find another place to live just by virtue of the restraining order, not by virtue of her choice.
Okay, but I understand what you're saying, Judge. But then if you had to, you'd have to calculate after what time, when did she move out? You know, you're talking about an incident that occurred on August 13th.
Right.
When exactly does the restraining order? When is it signed for?
Right. When did you file for the restraining order? It must have been when, in August or September?
I have filed for the temporary restraining order in September. They gave me a temporary restraining order. I had to show up for a hearing.
Right, for the
With
21 days. Right.
Right. So when I showed up for the hearing, I was late because I had to go to the restroom. By the time I showed up there, they had canceled it. So that same exact day when I was late,
filed for a new
I went and
temporary
filed for a
order.
new temporary.
Okay.
At that
But
point,
you were
they gave me a
granted
new hearing.
both temporary orders.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, so she had a temporary restraining order within a couple of weeks of this incident. All right. I've got nothing further.
The parties are excused while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you.
We've reached a unanimous verdict. I want to first, before I get to the verdict, commend you, Mr. Boykin, for turning your life around and getting your bachelor's and master's after spending time in prison. That's not an easy thing to do. I don't think people realize how hard that is.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Ms. Gray, I want to commend you for setting a really good example for your daughters. The fact that you went to this festival that was to uplift Black women is incredible. And so I want to commend you for not only setting a really good example, but really trying to protect them.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And this is hard. This is hard. Mr. Boykin, we believe that this loan was going to provide a habitable, safe space for her and her kids. So when that didn't happen, that kind of negates, for us at least, that initial agreement to pay back this loan. And like Judge Juarez said in our deliberations, it frustrated the purpose of this initial agreement to pay back this loan. Then we get to the rent part on a place that she cannot live in. And she got this restraining order, not because she wants to, but because she has to get her kids back. And I can't do anything but respect that. And I think that really bearing the responsibility of this too is really taking full responsibility of the situation. So the verdict in this case is to dismiss your claim. Mr. Boykin, please keep up with getting therapy. I commend you for that. I pray that you find some peace and some healing. I have faith in you.
Thank you.
And Ms. Gray, I hope that you get your daughters back, and I wish you and your family the best of luck as well. So again, the verdict is to dismiss Mr. Boykin's claim. Good luck to the both of you.
Thank you.